All right, everybody, you know, our heritage, it's a big part of who we are. It helps shape our identity, gives us a place in the world. But not everyone feels a connection to their roots. My next guest is a beloved member of my staff who has been in limbo her entire life, not knowing where she comes from or where she belongs. Take a look.
So what does it feel like to be on that side of the camera?
Strange.
Shareen King-Carr is a 3-time Emmy-nominated producer who has worked with me for the last 4 years.
I pretty much have a blessed life. I've been happily married for 6 years. I've got a great family. I have great friends in my life.
Like most resilient people, Shareen has created a beautiful and inspiring life out of a wounded past.
This is kind of the first time that I'm ever talking about my backstory and my life and anything in this vein. So this is different for me to talk about things that have been just so deeply buried. When I was 7, my mom was killed because she was involved with some shady people. So unfortunately, I didn't grow up knowing her. After my mom passed, my dad started to live a little bit of a troubled life, and so I was sent to live with some relatives while he kind of got himself together, and once he did, I came back. And we had a great life together. He was a great dad. Unfortunately, my dad passed away. I never really got the chance to talk to him about who my mom was. So I do have questions about my heritage and where I'm from and who are my people.
Having seen a segment we did on the show from a company called MyHeritage, Shareen decided to take the test. And today she's hearing the results for the first time.
I'm hoping on the other side of these results are some answers and a new understanding of who I am.
All right, everybody, please welcome my buddy Shareen. Now, what are you hoping to find out today?
Just some information about, you know, who my mom was and what was her heritage and maybe some information on my dad as well.
Okay. Joining us now is geneticist Dr. Nathan Pearson, who partnered with MyHeritage DNA. Welcome to the show, sir. Tell us about how MyHeritage DNA works.
It's super simple. So your DNA is basically a cookbook about you, right? And the family recipes in there are what you want to read. And it's been hard to read them till now, but it's gotten really easy. You just swab your cheek, send it in, and folks at MyHeritage can return that data to you in about 4 weeks.
Nathan, you have the results from Shareen's MyHeritage DNA test. Shareen, you ready to find out the results?
Let's do it.
Okay, well, Nathan, tell us what you discovered.
So in bold brushstrokes, you knew what your cookbook looked like on the outside, right? You knew it was kind of the red, white, and blue of America, that there was a mix in there. But when we dig in, we see it's actually the red, white, and blue starting with Puerto Rico. It's the blue of the people who were there first, the Taino people. It's the red of the blood of Africans who were enslaved and brought over and brutalized. And it's the white of the people who brutalized them, but also people who came later seeking a good life. In the African side in particular, we see a lot of East African roots that we don't see in most African Americans or most Latino people. On the European side, there were a couple surprises as well. So we found a splash of Jewish ancestry, so there's that in the mix. And we found some Italian mixed with Spain. We expected a mix. We found a really beautiful mix.
So, okay, let me ask him this question. Nathan, what did you find out about Shareen's family history?
So starting in the Puerto Rican side, a lot of your family traces the west side of Puerto Rico. And a lot of the people who settled there from Spain were actually from Catalonia. When we look into your records in particular, we found Angelino Pagan Perez is your great-great-grandfather. He was a single dad raising 3 kids. We also found Soret, which is another surname that's Catalan. That probably explains why we see that Spain and Italy together in your DNA, is that's more like the Catalan part of Spain. So the King side, your dad's mom and dad, Belle and Henry King, lived in Savannah, Georgia in 1910. So they had been married 18 years when they were in that census. They had 16 kids together.
What?
That's right.
16.
Two of those kids survived to age 11. This was a tough time.
2 kids survived to age 11.
Yes. And one of those was your dad's dad, Clifford King. They really made the best of a tough time. Everybody in the family could read and write, despite all the hardship of being black in the South then.
That's really interesting to me because as a kid, I had some trouble in school, but the one thing that always kind of resonated with me was to continue to go to school, and I did. I went to school, I went to college, I got my master's degree. That was something that just innately just was in me, like to want to do. So it's interesting that you say that they all could read and write, because education probably was important to them, and maybe that was in my, genetically, in my genes, in my makeup.
Hey, Nathan, thank you very much, man. Great job right here. Shareen, great story. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Look, everybody at home, I suggest you head to MyHeritageDNA.com right now and use my special coupon, Steve, at the checkout to get free shipping of your own MyHeritage DNA test. So like Shareen, you can discover your ethnic origins, find your relatives, and a whole lot more. We'll be right back, everybody.